The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is often labeled as the perfect video game, and it is not! Ocarina of Time made me want to pull my hair out and jump off a cliff because I could not for the life of me get past certain sections. I had to play this game on and off over the course of 9 months and had to take 2 long breaks in between. The first one was because I got so frustrated with the water temple, and another because I was so fed up with not knowing what to do in Gerudo's fortress. Come to find out, I had nothing to search or do for in either of those places. I needed the bow to get through the water temple, and I had no clue where to find the prisoners in Gerudo's fortress. I know you thought I got stuck in the water temple because of that opening in the ground, didn't you? Didn't you? I know you did. This game had so many moments that made me just think, why? Also makes me wonder how they expected me to understand or beat this as a kid. I know kids back then relied on guides, actual books. But imagine I didn't know how to read. Not to say I searched up anything on how to progress, alright? But let's say I did. This freaking game took me a whopping 37 hours to complete. Only the story mode and like a couple of side quests, which I didn't even know were side quests because this freaking game doesn't tell you what is and isn't a side quest. To continue in Zora's Domain, you have to do a diving minigame, which grants you the silver skill so I can dive deeper and actually, I don't know, progress? And I actually didn't mind it that much here at first because I thought it was kind of sick how I had to explore this whole area to unlock items and expand my journey. So I was like, oh cool, heck yeah, let me do this diving minigame. Let me just willingly jump off of this cliff here. I got stuck at Gerudo Valley because my map said I needed to be there, and I thought I had to beat him. The man I've seen running across the fields of Hyrule. Beat my record, you say? You think you're better than me? Huh? You don't think I can beat you, sir? This motherfucker's a cheater! I thought I was crazy, you know? He said beat me by 1 second, so then I raced him again. And again. And again. I know damn well I'm not seeing this correctly. Zelda fans online are like, oh, so cute, ooh woo. The Zelda team always likes to pull these kinds of pranks. It is so funny, haha. No! So can you fucking blame me? Ocarina of Time is built on these dumbass moments where you have no clue what to do next. And yet when you find out, it either feels rewarding or you're like,
fucking garbage ass random fuck.
I played the 3DS version of this game and I saw that one of my complaints of the Dragon Boss, for example, isn't actually prevalent in the original game. However, I was fighting more with the camera than the boss in this exclusively cool feature on the 3DS. This camera is wonky as hell, and they could have made it that the D-pad is the way that I could change the camera like in Mario 64 DS. Or the Amazing Spider-Man, but it's fine. I like fighting with the camera. Thank you, Nintendo. Combat is so simplistic and fun in a way that Soulsborne feels inspired from this. The lock on and mapping your enemy attack patterns by dodging, blocking, and using items, it's really exciting and very revolutionary for its time, considering this was made in 1998 and yet still feels really fresh almost 30 years later. And again, this game is not perfect. There are definitely some qualms attached to this game, but I can't take away what kind of benchmark it is and that it got released 30 years ago and how well it still works up to this day. Fuck these bats though. The areas, locations, and dungeons you explore feel so distinctive and unique in their own way. I can't name one place in this game I think is like another in the game. There are moments in these dungeons where I was really surprised at what the game expects you to do to get past roadblocks. It does not hold your hand, but it makes you question your challenges along the way like I'm some stupid dickhead who has no clue what he's doing. Why am I even playing this? I might as well go back to Nintendogs because at least there I would almost know what I'm doing. Progress halts and fun stops when you don't know how to continue in a video game. There are so many factors that come into play in a game like this, like time travel or mechanics that the game expects you to remember, and it can be overwhelming. But when you do, it's this eureka moment where you think, oh wow, I'm actually getting smarter from this. I guess I don't need Nintendogs after all. You have to look into your inventory at all times, thinking how can I use these items to get past these forks in the road. And sometimes you don't. There are moments where I didn't have what I needed because I ran out of them. But because I used what I did have effectively, I got through. I sometimes had no clue what to do to beat a boss, but it did have that old school magic which I loved. But in some instances also got me really annoyed, like when Ganon wouldn't go down because I kept using arrows instead of the Master Sword for 40 minutes. Using the hammer to whoop Ganon's ass is crazy work. No wonder it took me 40 hours to beat this game. I hated this game at times. It gave me headaches, got me frustrated, but yet for some reason, I kept getting back into it. It has this beautiful way of making you feel like anything is possible. There were moments in this game where I knew what I had to do, but I didn't know how. And one of these moments I remember was the first time when I entered the Deku Tree and had to light the torch in the room that wasn't lit. And I kept trying and trying, and all I needed to do was light one of my sticks and light the other one. Such a simplistic solution where the game plays with your imagination, where it truly feels like everything is possible. Weird characters that all somehow seem to have such distinct personality traits. And the music. This music is so good that by the time you're done playing, your underwear will need to be changed. You get so many perfect tracks that you have heard before but didn't know were from this game. Tracks exclusively found within Ocarina of Time by the magnificent Koji Kondo that just elevates every segment and feeling so befitting to this strange world. The story and world building that work together so beautifully with the music and visuals to make every location on the map feel alive. There are actual gods revealed within this game, and yet the game never dwells on these aspects, and it just keeps going because it has so many things to show you. I have heard before that Ocarina of Time is quite dark, but I didn't expect it to actually be this somber. There are actual evil forces at play with deaths and underworld tones. I expected it to be all happy and adventurous, but then it becomes this horrific world with walking bodies, which in itself is already really depressing. Innocent people who used to frolic in these lands died and are still forced to be in this world. There are multiple moments in this game where I felt the stakes and I actually did feel hurt when circumstances failed. The story is always advancing when you as the player advances, and that's what I really like. There is a lack of excessive dialogue because you are on the adventure in everything you do in this game. It's a dungeon crawler that spans multiple locations because the game actually makes you explore this huge land if you want to continue further, which can feel really daunting at first. But as you get to know the world more, it starts feeling less as an intimidating task and rather like this grand adventure. There are so many little secrets hidden in these locations which aren't all winners, but the sheer amounts of them make you think of what you might be missing as you can do these parts in your own order. Which is a big thing that people love to talk about today when it comes to the Breath of the Wild or Pokemon. But I hate Pokemon! I haven't felt this engrossed within a video game franchise I have never played before since I was like 10. I honestly don't really play a lot of new games and I don't like a ton of them I try. So that I like this game is a robust fucking surprise to me too, dog. I felt so many emotions at the end of this game and wanted to finish it super bad considering I have been playing it for months and was finally able to progress further after I got stuck for so long. Not knowing anything is what made this game so great for me. Even if not all of the puzzles are easy to figure out or the solution made me want to jump off a cliff. Do me this favor. If you play this game, try to complete it on your own, and if you really can't beat it, either take a break or look it up. Because Ocarina of Time is a game that, despite being imperfect, is something you don't want to miss. I kept trying and trying and trying in some of these dungeons and puzzles, wishing it would just be over and I get the chance to lay it to rest. But when I actually did, and saw the way the game showed you all of these characters I had met in this world, I just started crying. Unknowingly, I had built such a bond with this game whilst playing it during this prolonged course of my life, that I realized I was going to miss all of these characters so much, and I actually loved being on this journey, despite all the setbacks I faced, which made me realize why people see this game as the best game of all time. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is a technical marvel with a grandiose journey full of excitement and immersion where you'll meet countless of memorable characters where every twist and turn makes you want to continue to the next. And by the time you actually do finish the game, you're going to miss being in there. Saying goodbye and completing my journey is what made me cry and feel emotions I have never felt before about a video game. Ocarina of Time is not what I expected going into this game, and yet I loved it anyways. The mysticalness is what made it so great for me. Taking those breaks and having those struggles is what made me connect with it, and I wouldn't have had my experience be any other way. This game has beaten anything time could pose to it, and I can finally understand why people see it as the perfect video game. And it truly is one of the best video games of all time.